All right. Excellent. Well, for anybody who may be watching down the line, as there's nobody watching at the moment, this is CoffeeCore. We're going to try this weekly. We're just going to hang out, sip on some coffee, talk about the coffee, talk about music stuff, talk about band stuff, and all that good jazz.
This is good coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, so the bean that we have this week is Big Island Blend. It's a dark roast from Wilson's Coffee and Tea here in Racine. And just right off the rip, the beans themselves are super pungent. They're really sweet smelling. There's not a lot of robustness to them.
Yeah, it's pretty good. The coffee is not bitter at all.
Yeah,
it's got a sweetness to it more than.
I haven't taken my sip bitter. Once the bean is blended though, it really opens up. It still has that sweetness, It's almost kind of nutty in a way. Once it's blended up, but
very natural smelling.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is really good. It's especially for a dark roast. I'm not a huge dark roast person, but this is full of flavor. Smooth, deep, and sweet. That's what
it's pretty good. I feel like I can't even tell the difference between a coffee that's a dark roast or a light roast or a medium roast. It's all just coffee.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it depends on how you drink it too.
Yeah,
If you're drinking with sugar and creamer, then you're gonna hide a lot of flavor.
Yours is super light.
Did you even mix yours?
No, I didn't even get a good mix on it.
You're getting 50. You're getting half and half.
Mix that quick. Just put a little bit of sugar and a little dash of.
You can just go around milk. Yeah, I typically do 2 little scoops of sugar and that's it. But I do like black coffee. Just straight black is good for fasting. But so far, yeah, this is solid. This is a very
go perfect with some Kringle.
Oh my God, yeah, dude, this and some raspberry Kringle or some strawberry
Next
Kringle.
weekend, we got to bring some Kringle.
Yo, yeah, that's a really good idea. Incorporate some snackage.
Kringle CoffeeCore.
Kringle CoffeeCore. Kringle Core. Buy the Vacant Voice mug. Hopefully we'll have more. But yeah, this is solid. It's not too bad. Good coffee.
Pretty bussin'.
Yeah, yours is good no matter what.
What's your hat display case?
Oh, they were a band from Iowa that I saw in Minneapolis with Bouquet and Careful K's. They're really good. They're like pop punk. I was like, let me grab one of them hats right there. It's pretty good music.
Oh, I just realized we can see the chat from here too, so we don't even need the iPad.
Oh, rad. Sweet. Cool.
Maybe we should share the link too, and then I'm gonna open it up and just make sure we sound fine too.
Yeah. You probably sound fine.
Yeah. Testing.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to say some things so we can trickle that in. Speaking.
Oh, shit.
Gotta be careful about that feedback.
Yeah, holy shit. Yeah, all right, let's share this. I'll get this up on the band page. Fucking thumbnail it showed.
It's the artwork, right?
No, it's us sitting around the table. That's so funny. All right.
We'll throw it on our story quick. Also, maybe we could throw it in the Discord in case anyone's showing on Discord.
Oh yeah.
YouTube automatically saves the videos, right? Like archives them.
I think so, yeah. Our stream from the other night is still up there.
Yes. Why don't you relax, honey?
Yeah, I realized the whole time I had my VPN on, so like it was much laggier than Twitch. I was like, what the frick, man? Like my internet's like being weird. But that explains it because it was trying to connect to a server far away. And
Yeah.
That was fun though.
Yeah, that was fun.
I was so irate.
What was going on with your computer?
I was just trying to get it set up, and like Trevor came down and hung out. I suppose I don't think you've met Trevor. Have you met Trevor either? I think he yeah. He came over, and like I was kind of anticipating him being over a little earlier because he was going to help me with my OBS setup a little bit and my computer. So him and Matt were both here, and the plan was all three of us were going to like hang and play Fortnite, and like I was going to have them involved. But then yeah, we just spent the whole time working on my computer and ironing out the little kinks in it, and then when it came down to play, we played like a game and got fucking wiped, and Matt was like, I'm going to go home, and I was like, okay, and then Trevor and I kind of hung out here and talked for a while, and then by the time I got back on, everybody was gone, and I was like,
yeah.
I was actually really excited about today, but
the PC gaming experience at first is just awful until you get everything like tuned and everything like set up for like the games that you like play often, and then like once you finally do, it's like nice if you're looking for the performance aspect of it, like if you've played on consoles for so long and like you're playing competitively, you're only getting like 60 frames, which like to the average person is like good enough. But for like me, I can tell the difference between like 60 and like 120, and that makes a big difference when you're trying to like play more competitively, which is cool. But yeah, I mean, it's not worth it for most people. You might as well just buy a console for $500, have everything optimized for you, plug it in and play.
Yeah, I definitely was missing my Xbox the entire time. I was like, this is awful. Yeah. It's fine now. I mean, I've gotten down and played a couple times and whatever. It works okay, and I'm excited to just be able to stream stuff now, whatever. But yeah, it was frustrating. I was definitely ready to fucking throw it out of the window and onto a bunch of rocks or maybe like a highway.
Yeah.
But
yeah, hopefully tomorrow should be smoother, I think.
Yeah, I think tomorrow will be cool.
She's got to get an SSD.
Yeah, something. It was more of a test thing, so.
Yeah, I figured we'd have to do a few soft launches to get it going.
It sucks though, because like with Twitch, they automatically integrate a way to test a stream without going live. For YouTube, you have to install like this third-party stuff.
Oh.
So it kind of sucks, because like, I think I figured out the issue, but I might have to do another test one to figure out like my internet's fine before streaming again. Because I like looked back at the video and like, it was like fine for the most part, but then it would just like get like, it'd become like a slideshow where it's just like, like super like choppy.
Yeah, I did notice that. I kind of went back and watched a couple little clips. So, Swarm of Flies has been out for just over a week. What do you guys think about the reception so far?
I think it's been pretty good.
Yeah.
Generally been pretty good. We had, what was that live stream thing the other day? The guys on there seemed to like it.
Yeah, the Blood, Sweat, and Beers TV.
Yeah, that was cool. I tuned into that at work. It was stoked that we were like the first song on there. I was like, oh shit, they're just getting right into it.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool too. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Which was nice because I did actually have to go to work. I tuned in and I checked out a couple of the songs and I was like, I gotta go tattoo.
That new Vapid Soul was fucking awesome.
Was it? Yeah, I didn't get a chance to stick around to listen to it. I was so pissed.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, I'm stoked about it. It was cool that we were able to get on that old school nerd Twitch. Did you just like hit him up, or you went into the stream, right?
Yeah. I hit him up and was like, hey, like, is there a way for ever, like, do you do reviews and stuff? And he was like, yep, I do the stream every Saturday. And I was like, oh, cool. And then I hopped in and, yeah, I got fucking cooked. I was like, hey, would you mind reviewing my band's song? And instantly one of the mods was like, that's not how it works. And I was like, oh, shit. And then on the stream, he was like, to all my mods, when people come in here and they just instantly right off the rip start asking, how can you help me? How can you help me? Block them. I was like, I'm really sorry. I'm actually really new to Twitch and really new to like the whole live stream reaction thing. I don't know how this works. And he was cool. He was like, it's okay. This is how it works. And he threw us in the loop. And yeah.
That's one thing I don't like about the Twitch community versus YouTube. I feel like there is just like so much going on to like the average new person. Like you just don't know what the fuck is going on. And like there's so many like nuanced rules with each person's stream. Like they're just so like ban ready to like, you know what I mean? Like it like kind of sucks because like, I don't know, for like a new person trying to get into it, it just seems like this other world of things. YouTube seems a little more friendly and like I like the way the chat is like laid out where like there's not like, because like you see all the different like reactions and like Twitch with like the different things you can send and stuff like that gets super like cluttered and confusing. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, this seems cool. I feel like Twitch, there's just like a lot of unspoken like rules and etiquette that I have no idea.
Yeah, same. I definitely was very confused. I'm learning because I mean I like being on Twitch so far. It's been cool. I think raiding is pretty cool. I've had a couple friends of friends like raid my Twitch stream, and I've gotten a few followers and stuff from it. So that's been pretty cool. But yeah, it was a little. I was like, oh shit, I'm so sorry, guys. I'll actually just go die now. But yeah, it was cool, and his reaction was sick. There was a lot of really good feedback in that. But yeah, pretty good reception so far. Let's see, for stream count, we're sitting at. Let me restart this so we can get an accurate number. Even though it's kind of lagging behind now. Now that we're at that point, 26,439 streams. Pretty solid.
Yeah.
Obviously, thanks to Crystal Lake for letting us list them as a primary artist. That's definitely how we're getting the streamage that we're getting.
Yeah.
But I think it's been cool. Some of the feedback that we've gotten from peers in the music scene, like other colleagues and stuff, other musicians, I've noticed a lot of them are super, super stoked on the song, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, not that it's not like, we write music for the people that play around us, but obviously it's always nice to get like flowers from your peers and stuff,
Yeah, and it's cool that we just came out the gate with something really heavy, and to show that we had that in our pocket was cool. I think a lot of people were impressed by that.
Yeah, definitely. Which obviously, the whole every step of the way was, the plan to kind of take out the stops and show that we can, do more than sing and play breakdowns.
Yeah, it's definitely unexpected, I think, for a lot of people. And I think the next song we drop too, I think it'll do the same thing kind of in a different way though.
Yeah.
It'll be good too, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think that one will be also received well, and it'll be like, oh, okay, so this is where you were before.
Yeah.
Oh, pretty singing.
Yeah.
But we got some shows coming up. We got some cool ones. We're doing Green Bay for the first time.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah, I'm stoked on that. That'll be fun. I finally can get some of my tattoo homies out.
Yeah, it was funny. I forgot we were playing that for the longest time because I was talking to the guys in Soul Shade at the Rigby.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh yeah, we're playing a show again soon, aren't we? I was like, are we? He's like, yeah, Green Bay. I was like, we're playing Green Bay?
Yeah, I didn't know we were doing that with Soul Shade. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was stoked when I saw the flyer.
Yeah, it's been very I don't know, there's been a lot to setting it up. Like I reached out to the promoters because it's Tarl, the owner, and then Kylie, the manager. And they were like, yeah, like, here are some dates. Do you want to get a show set up? And I was kind of just hoping that we could maybe get on a bill that they already had. But I was like, oh, cool. Like, we can put something together. That's sweet. And then I don't really know many Green Bay bands. So I was like reaching out to a couple friends, like, hey, who plays in Green Bay that we should play with? And there was the original date was whatever, the 7th, I think it was, and then I moved to the 21st, and then like I had asked Errors, and Errors couldn't do it, and I asked Soulshade, and Soulshade couldn't do it, and then there was another band that couldn't do it, but then they couldn't do the second date, so then I had to find a band to replace them. And then it was like, well, I kind of want to try and have us in the middle of the bill if possible, which is kind of tough with 4 bands, so maybe we should do a 5th and have a headliner. And then one of the guitar players from Bottom Shelf, he has a band, and they're from Green Bay, and they're pretty well known. And I was like, well, they could headline. And I had to talk to them, but then they had 2 other dates at the tracks within 3 months that, it was like, well, which one do we do? And then they decided they wanted to come do this one and drop one of the other ones. And then it was about getting the flyer made. So, yeah, I didn't really have any time to update you.
Yeah, that's all right. I don't know anything about football, but I know the venue's like right by Lambeau. So if there's like a game the day after, I imagine the town's going to be pretty packed, which will be cool.
Yeah.
What is up, Solo Triple? I would say good morning from Cali, but it just hit noon a couple minutes ago. Well, good afternoon to you, sir.
That's okay. It's 2:30 p.m. here, so
It's coffee o'clock.
Yeah, it's coffee o'clock. Yeah, we're drinking on some good stuff though. We were talking about it earlier in the stream. It's a Big Island blend from a local shop around here. I don't know where they source the beans from. They source their beans from all over the world. I'm gonna bet this is Hawaii with it being called Big Island blend. But really good stuff. It's a really good dark roast. We're fans so far. Yeah, Swarm of Flies is out. We finally have our heaviest track out. We got a couple of cool shows. We're headlining X-Ray Arcade in Cudahy. That's exciting. That's going to be super fun.
Yeah. Very stacked lineup on that one.
Yes. Yeah. I'm super stoked on that and who we were able to get.
Yeah, it'll be cool because now we're playing with Visions, but Justin filled in last Halloween, but now you get to play with them.
Yeah, finally.
Yes, I was thinking about that. Yeah, that is super cool. It was so fucking weird watching you guys play.
Mm-hmm.
I was proud. I was so stoked. I was like, hell yeah. But that is kind of serendipitous in a way.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny. But yeah, I am stoked for that. And playing with Visions is going to be awesome. We haven't played a show with Visions in 7 years.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Or at least I haven't. The last show I played with Visions was the beginning or like middle-ish of 2017, right before EHO broke up.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, 2017, so that was 7 years ago. So for you, it's probably been longer, 8 years at least.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really excited to be playing there, especially for Halloween. We were just putting together the tracks and everything for Dane, and without a few interludes, because there's still a few of them that we gotta like kind of make and put in, we sit at about 35 minutes.
Oh damn.
Yeah, and that's without Collapse or Freedom, which not that we're gonna do either of those, but. Yeah, so with the interludes and stuff, we'll be at like 40 minutes, I think, or so. Which is nice, because I don't know, again, like if we're not doing a headliner slot, 25 minutes is like perfect. And like at a headliner slot, I think like 45 minutes is like the perfect length. When I see a band and we're hitting like the hour mark, no matter who it is, I'm always kind of like, all right, I'm enjoying this, but I do kind of want to go home.
Yeah, I agree for the most part. Yeah.
Like,
Solo Triple said, funny you mentioned Packers. My brother is a Packers fan, and we thought about going to Green Bay for the draft, hoping if we head out there for it, we can go to a Vacant Boys show. Collapse is definitely in my top 10 songs. I usually play at night when everyone is asleep, and I'm just having cold ones. Oh, nice.
Hey, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good song to sit down and chill out at night. And it's probably our lightest song that we have, but
yeah, and it's definitely our slowest too, I think.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of looking at tempo. Yeah, it would be awesome if you came out and you were able to catch a show. We I mean, depending on when it is. When is the draft? When do they do the draft?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Solo Triple. When do they do the draft? Greetings from Argentina.
Wow.
What do you think your biggest influences
in music.
in music?
Ooh, man. Definitely, I would say music, like instrumentally. August Burns Red for you specifically. Periphery for you specifically.
Periphery for Ryan, definitely.
For you guys playing guitar, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Vocally, for me, my favorite vocalists are probably like Sam from Architects, Jake Wolf from Reflections, Landon Tours from The Plot and You. Those are probably my top 3.
Yeah, I think Missing You Guys, Sending Love from Your Indiana Boy. Oh, Shane. Thanks, Shane. Yeah, I don't know. It's also kind of like, I mean, we all have like a really similar background, I think, in like music that we listen to for the most part. Like pretty much all of us really like Periphery. We're pretty much all really like Counterparts. Mm-hmm. But then there's like a little bit of like I dig the more like kind of emo-y, you know, soft emo boy shit, and so does Shane. And Shane's also a big like pop punk guy too. So like kind of all blends together in this weird like metalcore, proggy, sad boy, emo hardcore blend. But
yeah, definitely. Solo Triple said draft is usually in April. Okay. Cool. Maybe we'll see if we can get out there sometime next year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think too. Or wait, are you talking about Green Bay?
Green Bay.
Yeah. I mean, April would probably be a really good time to go back to Green Bay. I don't know what it'll look like in between September and then. I'm sure it'll be cool to hit there at least once in there. Mm-hmm. Brandon just hit me up. So we have the one of the dates for the run in November figured out. Kind of. That's Madison. We're doing that. That'll be the last date. And then he messaged me just the other day and said that he talked to a promoter somewhere else. I can't remember where exactly. South Bend, Indiana. So there's a little bit of progress being made on that end. It's slowly coming together. He said Scott, one of the dudes from Dems Fighting Words, who also plays in Dream Aliziah, is on tour at the moment and is talking to a lot of the promoters in person. So that'll be getting sorted out.
Cool. Yeah, Collapse is your slowest / softest, but it definitely is one of my favorite songs. Released last year. The emotion, lyrics, mix of cleans and uncleans. Don't get me wrong, your album last year was in my top 10 albums played via Apple Music Rewind. Hell yeah. Hey. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, we put a lot of time into that album. Like, a lot of people don't realize there was like 4 years of just like writing and then figuring out like like a theme for it and like the members that are actually going to play the stuff live. And yeah, so we definitely put a lot of work into that.
Yeah, it was like there was like a year or two of figuring out who the members were going to be and what the songs were going to sound like, and then a year or two of like figuring out kind of what we wanted to do as a band, and then like a year or so of like figuring out like production and mixing and mastering. It honestly took way fucking longer than it should have because of very specific reasons, but we're not going to divulge too much.
Yeah, but I'm glad that we did take the time instead of just rushing everything and putting something out that we didn't.
Yeah.
Like, because obviously, you know, we want to get the most out of it. That's our, you know, our debut, and be able to play those songs live for a while and still enjoy them.
Yeah, definitely appreciate you checking it out and listening, because that was a labor of love. And yeah, Collapse is a good one, man. I really like Collapse. I think it'd be cool to do a redux of it sometime, just for shits and giggles. But
or even an acoustic version.
Yeah, I thought about doing an acoustic version. I was like, bust out the piano, fucking get some synths in there or something. That would be sick. But yeah, thanks for listening. Collapse was a labor of love as well. And the transition from Collapse to Half-Light was amazing. Thank you. Yeah, that was when we were kind of figuring out the track listing for everything. I remember specifically at one point mentioning an interview I read that Joel Birch did, where he talked about the first half and the last half of albums and how how to kind of, at least their approach to like morphing them and like really having the first half be a journey in itself and then the second half kind of being a journey. And I think that's kind of what we ended up going for with it. Yeah, I think Half-Light was a really good follow-up to Collapse. Because Collapse is like sad and slow, but then like Half-Light is like dark and heavy, and I don't know, it's just a good transition into kind of like the happier end of things, quote unquote, I guess. I don't know. But
of your songs, which one is your favorite and which was the most complicated to finish?
Ooh,
I don't know, man.
Ooh, favorite? I definitely have an answer for complicated. I think honestly, my favorites either have to be, it's like tied between Half-Light and Roscoe's for me
Is
personally.
that favorite or most complicated?
Favorite.
Okay.
Which one is your favorite? Yeah, for favorite. For complicated, I would say either Roscoe's or Transients for, well, I get, oh, fuck, I don't know. This is a tough one. So Roscoe's was tough because it took a while to iron out the lyrics for that. And Transients was the same way. Transients, there was like 4 different iterations of lyrics on that song. And I think 1 or 2 of them was when you had dipped out. And there was 1 or 2 of them. There was, I think, 1 of them when you came back, and then I think we modified it a little bit.
Yeah, I would say, dude, Cathartic Beauty was probably, that's probably one of my favorites. Cathartic, off of that album, Cathartic Beauty, Roscoe's, those are probably my 2 favorites. I would say Cathartic Beauty was the hardest to write lyrics for because we were kind of defining the theme of the entire album being the title track.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I remember just, like, being in my old apartment, just, like, up at night for a while trying to come up with lyrics for that. But even before that, Half-Light was the first song I ever wrote lyrics for. So that one was also difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took a bunch of Adderall that night. I remember it was like snowing like crazy. I was at Hunter's or something, and like I was just like racking my brain trying to figure out lyrics for that. And then we like went drifting in this truck in the snow, and I like played the song like while we're just like driving around, still just like writing lyrics and stuff. And yeah, that was fun.
That was pretty wild. You both of those songs, you just like came in, you were like, hey, I have all these lyrics. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I think Half-Light, it was like there was that first portion, and then it was like, I gotta finish this. But then like when we were demoing out Cathartic Beauty, you just like walked in, you were like, oh yeah, I have this idea. And then I think we demoed like almost all of it in one go.
I think most, like 3/4 of it. I remember the end didn't have lyrics.
Yes. Yeah. It was that. It was the last breakdown. Yeah, it was the last breakdown, I think, that didn't have it. The last like verse thing on the outro or whatever. But
Ethan wasn't a part of the band at that time.
Off that album, though, I'd say Detachment is probably one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Which is funny because like I don't even love playing 7-string, but that song just grooves really hard breakdown. I love it. It's fun to play.
I like the chorus in that one a lot.
Yeah, it doesn't get old.
I was a big fan of that one.
What up, Madden? I know who you are.
Sean!
Yo.
What's up, buddy?
Vacant boys.
Oh, you know what, though? To add back to the complicated side of things, I will say Self-Surrender was really fucking complicated to put together instrumentally because there was so much that got added and then removed. Like the whole... that wasn't originally in there. Like once Xavier went into track drums, we just like, it was when we were doing that we kind of looked at like, okay, how can we control the atmosphere of the song by like just fucking with the drums? And that was kind of a tough one.
The feet on Swarm of Flies. I think he's talking about, are you saying the most complicated thing?
Dude, that fucking video, that video of us writing it at the Airbnb when he realized that there was going to be gallops.
He looked so like physically stressed. He was like,
dude, I showed that to a bunch of people at a party.
I can just see your blood pressure just like.
Yeah, he was like, oh God. You know what though? For that being like probably the most complicated song we have in terms of drums. You fucking kill it. You are so consistent. It's fucking wild how consistent you are with it. I'm gonna go get some of that espresso. Either you guys out and want some espresso?
Yeah, I could go for some more.
Okay, so I'm good. I drank a coffee before I came here too.
Okay. I'll put a little bit of espresso in yours with some almond milk, Ethan.
Hell yeah. Give me that almond milk.
It's gonna be my second espresso in the morning. I'm gonna fucking die.
Yo, if you guys are still in the chat, let me get some W's in the chat right now.
Let's get those W's in the chat.
Some fucking dogs!
Also, if you're in this stream, I would like to mention that we do some gaming streams. Currently working out a 100% defined schedule, but I think we're gonna do Mondays and Fridays. What games would you guys like us to stream?
Yeah, let us know.
Right now we're just doing like Fortnite. We were discussing possibly like another or like a survival game. So we thought maybe like Rust, but like that's one of those games where you have to devote yourself to. My faves are definitely our next upcoming release and collapse.
I do really like, I'm just gonna say it, Quiet Decay.
Yeah.
Who fucking cares? It's not like we got a label. Yeah, I do really like Quiet Decay too. I am super excited for that one. I'm excited that I found a way to sing it live. Because I'm sorry, I cannot sing it the way we track it. Not exactly, not note for note.
I feel that about the opening too, because like I don't know, that's hard. Because I tried like those pitched like yelly screams at the beginning. That's always I'm always super nervous to like just do it the way that I tracked it, because I feel like I'm just gonna like not hit it or not hit it the same and sound bad. So
are you talking about A Terrible Day for Rain?
Mm-hmm. Just opening with the terrible.
Oh yeah, the way it's kind of like.
Yeah, it's kind of like yelly pitchy.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, it definitely seems tough.
But I gotta work on those more. It'd be cool to like really get those down.
Yeah. Music videos and promotion, talking about concepts for a music video for their song, strategies, or promoting it further. Yeah, so if you're watching this, we're going to put out a music video for Swarm of Flies. I don't know when yet, because we're still waiting on the final cut, which I plan on messaging Donalster about today. But we're going to put a video out for it, and it's a fucking pretty sick video. I literally broke a guitar filming it. Not because the song is labor intensive or anything like that, but mostly because I'm a fucking idiot.
I forgot, did your strap just break?
Yeah, I bought an Amazon strap.
Dude, your face, when it cuts to you swinging the guitar, your face is so funny.
That video is so good.
Yeah, glad you guys dig it.
Did you end up like getting that guitar fixed at all or anything?
Not yet. I found a Luther in Milwaukee who's going to fix it, and luckily it's going to be pretty simple to change the like tuning machines on it. But my finish is fucked. I can't do anything about the finish.
Yeah,
so.
That's character. So the triple said, if we end up going out to Green Bay, might have to book an appointment with Mikey. I think that would be awesome to come back. I think it says with is that the agency?
You try full screening the Google Chrome.
Yeah, I think it's with.
Yeah,
I would love to tattoo you. And the added benefit of if we're doing it in Green Bay, it's definitely, I would be able to do it at my friend's shop. I love guest spotting up in Green Bay. I guest spot at a shop up there called the Skinny Buddha all the time. So we could do it there. You don't even have to come to Racine for a tat. Yeah, no, absolutely. I would love to hook you up with the goods. Tattooing is my life. Actually, I've tattooed both of them a bunch.
Yeah, my whole arm is Mikeal tattoos.
All of your tattoos are Mikeal tattoos, except
the one I tried to remove.
The one you tried to remove that didn't get removed.
What's your guys' most memorable moment so far playing a show?
Ooh.
Man.
Definitely our first show is just like a big core memory.
Yeah, at the Void, that place was packed, man. Like people were just going super hard, and I was so worried about like the with the retro like arcade game machines on the sides. Because like people were just like getting thrown around. I was like, oh man, if someone breaks one of those, like that would suck. But yeah, that was a wild show.
Yeah, I literally remember. I remember getting done playing that show, and I don't know if it was one of you guys I said it to, or maybe Kirsten. I know I definitely said it to her, but I remember saying something to someone, being like, "This is gonna be really hard to top."
Yeah.
It was like, damn, that's insane. Like, this is our first fucking show, and it was just like a sea of people.
Also, when you like ran into the crowd,
Yeah,
was that the second time around?
Yeah,
It
the
was the
second time we
second
played
time,
their Christmas show last year.
Yeah.
I also think that McAuliffe show was awesome.
It was.
The show that we did at McAuliffe was super fucking sick. That one for being kind of more on a whim turned out really good.
Yeah.
And for there only being 2 fucking bands playing.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. Like they were worried about us. Like there were like people moshing, like breaking stuff, and literally like the first song that we played, like a glass broke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Literally, the bartender was like, JJ, the owner. JJ said no moshing, and I was like, well, look, I can't do anything about that. It's just gonna happen. And she was like, okay. I was like, everything's gonna be fine. Nothing's gonna get broken. I promise. She was like, okay, we'll go tell the door guy that. And I was like, hey, I know you guys are worried. I promise it's gonna be fine. Like, there's gonna be movement, there's gonna be energy, but nothing's gonna get broken. And then yeah, song number 1, a fucking glass gets broken. But luckily, everybody gave it space and it got cleaned up well, and we were fine. But
I feel like smaller bar shows just always end up being more fun for some reason. The vibe is just a little different.
yeah,
Even that little place we played in Illinois, that town. What was that?
LaSalle.
Yeah, LaSalle.
LaSalle was fun.
Yeah,
That was super fun. I'm not sure if people were ready for it.
Yeah.
Like the energy.
Right.
I don't know. Well, I mean, every band that played that was awesome.
Yeah.
But I just think that, like, regardless of where we are or kind of like what bill we're on, it kind of takes a lot to reach or top the energy that we have. I don't know. I don't mean to sound arrogant when I say that. It's just the songs themselves carry a lot of energy for the most part.
Right.
You know? Mm-hmm. That and we ourselves, work at a kind of fast pace. But either way, I just think it was I think before we started, people were like, "Oh, cool," and then when we played, they were like, "Cool."
You're like, oh,
Cool. All right, cool. Yeah.
It's always so cool when someone busts out like a poster or something for us to sign at the end of a show too.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me feel like a rock star.
Yeah, same. Ethan's dropping his guitar to get into the pit. Yeah. Yeah. Luckily, I found you guys' music because of Reddit, and I have been really enjoying the local scene out where I am from. What are some local bands near you guys that you feel should get more love?
So many of them.
Oh man, yeah, there's a ton. Shit.
Venganza.
Yeah.
Venganza is another band from Racine here that fucking rips.
Mhm.
They're like the only other Racine band at the moment, and they're a bunch of younger dudes. They're like, I want to say all 21.
Mhm.
And they just fucking shred, dude.
They do shred, man.
And they all play all of the instruments.
Yeah.
There's like songs where like the guitar player gets on the drums and the bass player gets on the guitar and yada yada. The bass player just does vocals and they fucking rip.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely them. I don't know if we're just speaking local to Racine.
No, just the whole area, I guess. Southeastern Wisconsin.
I really like Stolen Sun. They're really, really awesome.
Yeah,
band.
Stolen Sun's really good. Vapid Soul, Errors of Humanity, Still Stare, Dream Aliziah.
Well, but also we have to think who doesn't get their flowers that should get their flowers.
Right.
True. I mean, obviously, everybody around us, I think pretty much everybody in the scene right now just deserves the world,
Yeah.
We have a really, really great scene around us at the moment.
If you weren't musicians, what else would you be? Not worth saying music teacher.
I would hate to be a music teacher. Cannot do it.
I mean,
you're kind of lucky because you're already doing that other thing, man.
I was gonna say, yeah, I kind of can't really weigh in much here. I'm a tattooer, and I'm just what I would be without this and will be without it. So
I would say something creative with like technology. I've always been kind of into that field. So like maybe like video game developer or designer, that sort of thing would be very cool.
Yeah, I think if I didn't have music, the only other thing I would probably dabble into a little more is like photography. I like messing around with that stuff a little bit, but music is definitely like the centerpiece of everything. So if it wasn't for that, I'd probably be doing a lot more photography stuff.
yeah, I could definitely see that for you.
Yeah, I think musicians are always going to choose as like a second runner-up career, just something else that's creative in its own right.
Yeah. It's so hard to have the kind of like mindset that we do and brains that we do and not have a way to like outlet those things, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I feel super lucky having tattooing. I mean, there's pros and cons to it, but one of the big pros is like, regardless of how I'm feeling, either way, I have an outlet to express myself, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's sonically or visually.
Music just scratches that itch a little bit more.
Yeah, Swarm of Flies music video, hopefully sometime soon. We'll get that sorted. But band dynamics and goals, reflecting on their journey together, the chemistry within the band, setting short-term and long-term goals, such as working on an album or planning a tour.
Check out Surefire, Still Stare, Airs of Humanity, Soul Shade, These Fading Visions. Oh yeah, of course, These Fading Visions. Yeah. That's another really good band from around here you should check out. Yeah. Like Shane.
Yeah, thanks for popping that in there, Shane. We need that in writing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about our band dynamics for a second, though, because I feel like we have a really, really good set of dynamics as a group. Just trying to keep up with it. Yeah, sorry, we were kind of just rattling them off. That's our fault. But yeah, no, I feel like we have a really good dynamic as a band. Like, there are so many groups where all of everything, no matter what, is done by like one person or two people, and everybody else is like almost fully auxiliary,
right,
to like the smallest extent. But I feel like we're all pretty involved, you know, and we all communicate pretty well, which is a fucking huge plus.
Yeah,
that was something I saw Dylan talking about the other day on the Slamcast with Ryan Bretsch.
Oh yeah, I watched that too. Yeah.
And he was talking about like honesty, open-mindedness, communication, and I feel like we have a really, really good balance with that. I think it's an added bonus that we've all been friends for so long, and we've all known each other for so long for the most part. You know, I think obviously you and I have been working on music together for like 15 years.
Oh, I don't know.
14 right now.
Wow.
15 this next year.
Are you talking about being friends or working on music?
Well, I mean both. Because think about it, one of the first times we ever hung out, we wrote Lost Soul.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Which was like 2 months into our friendship. So both, you know. Problem fam, got you, boo boo. But yeah, no, I mean we've been friends for a really long time, and we've obviously known Shane a long time. You know, having toured with him 10 years ago, 9 years ago, 10 years ago. And I mean, I guess we haven't really known each other all that long. I mean, we have, but not really like in person. It wasn't until I started tattooing you that we had ever even met. It was so weird. I tattooed you twice, and then it was like, hey, you want to join my band?
Yeah. And I was like, yep. That was like good timing too, because like around that year, I was like, shit, what am I gonna do if I don't like get in a fucking band eventually? I'm just gonna stay in my bedroom playing guitar, which I like doing, but eventually, you know, like you hit a brick wall with that stuff.
Dude, you know what's funny? So I gave Ethan that bike, right? And we were riding together. He's like, do you remember like giving me this old mountain bike when we were kids? So that's the second bike I gave you. Like,
holy shit,
it's just so funny because that was so long ago, like 20 years ago.
So long ago.
Oh yeah, you guys are related by marriage, aren't you?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, so Crystal's your sister.
Yep. She's married to Paul, which is
my dad's cousin.
Yeah.
So Paul is your second cousin.
I don't know.
Because it's your dad's cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So, and that's your brother-in-law. So that would make you guys.
Who knows?
I think you would be his second.
I think we should
nephew-in-law?
just kiss and then.
Maybe we should just. No, guys, no.
Dude, I remember.
We're kind of related. Maybe we should just kiss.
Another like weird random memory I have from like that time frame is their wedding. You were at their wedding, and that was I was in like my Guitar Hero phase. And I was like, dude, we should ask the DJ to play "One" by Metallica.
You said that to me.
Yeah. These are like the only two memories I have with you as a child.
That's so funny. Who comes up with your merch design? Lots of awesome designs. Your High Life shirt is one of my favorites. And when I am not wearing my vest, I've had a couple of people ask about it. I take care of most of our merch. There's a couple of designs that we have that I didn't do. Our graffiti design I didn't do. Our good friend Sean Madden did that. The Boxing Badger one was made by a guy who AMC. Yep. AMC Designs. Super talented artist. Check him out on Instagram. That's his Instagram handle, AMC Designs.
Yep.
There's also two designs that we have. There's the Godless one, or the No Forever one with the like statue. And then our pink one with the statue, which I don't know if that's listed anywhere. That might be a show only one. Those were both made by Evan Middleton, who's a really talented graphic design artist as well. But all the other ones I've done for us. That High Life one in particular was one that I actually made for us while riding up to Madison for occupational therapy on my arm after my crash. I was high as fuck on painkillers, and I was like, oh, beer. And I made that. But we do really want to kind of start outsourcing more for, more unique designs, because I kind of only really have so many tricks up my sleeve. But wherever we can save money and wherever we can kind of keep things in-house, we do. So thanks for grabbing it, by the way. You said you're from California, right? Solo triple? Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, thanks for repping. Appreciate it. Hope lots of people out there like Miller High Life. But yeah, we have a pretty good dynamic, and I feel like our goals are kind of always changing. Which, I mean, we have, some interesting long-term ones that, I think we've all kind of agreed upon. Like, we just want things to be fun. We want things to, pay for themselves for the most part, which is some pretty realistic expectations to have, I think. Yeah, from Cali. Hell yeah. California's cool. I've been out to California, I think 3 times now. Actually, one of the times is with Brad. We've only been in NorCal, though. I've only been to the San Francisco area, the Bay Area, which is cool. You guys got really cheap weed, which is fucking awesome, and everything else is just ungodly expensive. So
yeah, gas was like $7 a gallon when we went. It was fun. Like, it was expensive everywhere, but it was super expensive there. Yeah, I'm about 90 minutes east of San Fran.
Oh, hell yeah. Just a little bit more inland. I'd really like for us to come out to San Francisco sometime and play in that area. Yeah. I feel like that's a tough, granted, I don't know anything about the music scene there. I feel like that's a tough area for like touring bands that aren't like C, B, A tier to get into, like I just don't typically see people that are like, our level or like, within a couple, the more underground realm of touring. I feel like I never see packages like that hitting San Francisco or like San Jose or anything. It's always like Anaheim or LA.
My girlfriend's sister lives out in California. Maybe I could ask her if crash at her place.
Yeah, have her do some scouting, find some venues. There are a ton of venues in Sacramento. San Fran doesn't really have a lot of metal shit. Yeah, I could totally see that. I could definitely see Sacramento being more the move. Sacramento or Oakland.
I think that's where Silent Planet's from.
Sacramento?
Yeah.
I think they're from Huntington Beach or like Orange County.
Oh, maybe it is one.
If I remember correctly, which is SoCal. That's like 5 hours south of there, I think, 5 or 6 hours. But
Azusa, California. Wherever that
Azusa. Where's Azusa? That's probably by LA, right? All the fucking weird sounding towns are from the LA region, LA area.
I've never been out to Cali.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's super cool.
Yeah, I'd like to visit at some point, but
Go to San Fran. San Fran's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's off by LA.
We could do another trip out there. That'd be cool, little group trip. Yeah, San Fran would be cool. But
you're heading up like those states on the West Coast, like Oregon, Washington. All those states would be super cool.
Yeah. Someday we'll get there. We have our first tour this November, technically. It'll be about 6 days, which is cool. But, we'll see. Just convince every single person that you know in California to listen to us and buy our merchandise and listen to us more, and then someday we'll be able to come play.
If it's ever in the cards, Aftershock is a huge 4-day metal festival. Lots of people traveling, maybe getting a small venue the Wednesday before Aftershock would get tons of traffic.
Yeah, that could definitely be cool. I mean, just in general, though, like going that far away from home, it kind of has to be a part of something else, Hopefully it is in the cards eventually, though. I mean, it would be really cool in the next 2 to 3 years to, start being able to tour.
We need a van.
We need a van. We need a slightly bigger fan base. And the right opportunities, and obviously work's a big thing. But eventually, yeah, I would love to go everywhere. I would love to go anywhere that we can.
I like traveling. I don't like planes.
Yeah.
No.
That's the thing. I don't like airports. I just hate the anxiety of having to make sure I don't lose my luggage and go through that whole process and go through TSA and then have them maybe be like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I'm just at the point where I'm just over it. I'm like, this shit's so fucking boring.
I wish we had a private jet.
That would be sweet. Yeah, that would be pretty sick. Absolutely. Logistically right now would be really hard. Just that's hoping you guys get more exposure that can lead there. Yeah, totally. And I really appreciate it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Just the fact that you know of us and listen to our music and have one of our t-shirts is awesome. I mean, that's regardless of, even if we never get to a point that we can tour, knowing that there's people that like our music in other places and have even been kind enough to buy a shirt like you, that just means the world no matter what. So regardless of whether we get out there, we appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah. It's really cool to see our music, reaching so far. I don't know. I mean, when I kind of started putting this together, I really just wanted to have just something refreshing and fun and whatever, but it's cool to see that we're doing that, but also reaching far too,
It's cool what happens when you stick with something long enough.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
That's really all it is. Being a band is just sticking with it and just trying to meet as many people as you can, trying to reach as many people as you can. What you do.
One of the big things that Craig Reynolds always talks about on the Downbeat, I've heard him say time and time and time again. He's like, literally everybody I know that just stuck it out to their 30s has a career. He's like, everybody I know that called it quits before then, nothing. And not that there's nothing wrong with not being in music and not having a career in music, but the whole point that he made was just that just as long as you stick it out and you're as consistent as you can be, it does come. It just takes time. Not everybody has the Sleep Token Spirit Box success, which even then, those fucking bands were grinding for a hot minute before anything. I mean,
yeah, Courtney and Mike met in their old band way back in the day when they were playing small shows like us. And
yeah. And even then, as Spirit Box, as that iteration, they were working for like 4 or 5 years before they even put out their first record and were able to like actually quit their jobs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You guys sound great. But if you had to make another genre, which would you choose? Ooh!
Shoegaze.
Hell yeah.
Movie soundtracks.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Like in what?
Classical music. Oh, classical music, yeah. I would do, I mean, yeah, I would just do like movie scoring.
Yeah. I would say like shoegaze or like some sort of like indie alternative rock would be cool.
Yeah.
Like a good example of that would probably be like microwave type stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if I wasn't like doing metal, definitely like some pop punk or something. Some emo stuff.
I'd really also like to make like circa E stuff, circa Survive-ish.
Yeah, TikTok really boosted Sleep Token, Bad Omen, Spirit Box, and brought
real attention back to Creed. Hell yeah. Yeah, TikTok is fucking insane. Like how much it has affected rising musical careers and whatnot. Like, yeah. Just seeing the kind of role that it plays in music development now is so crazy.
Yeah, it's gnarly.
But
yeah, really crazy how it affects like just like trends in general. Like what the fuck is Demure? Like why is
dude, no, I know every fucking 3 days there's a fucking new thing or a new person.
A new word that lasts long.
I can't keep up.
The Rizzler.
The Riz. The Riz was easy to pick up on. But the fucking Demure thing, I was like, what
I don't even know what the hell
fuck is it? It's a word that means something. And everyone's like, oh my God. I don't know. Demure is like
Urban Dictionary.
Any cover you guys have or would really like to do? Well, we do have a Rage Against the Machine cover. We covered Freedom, and we did a small fundraiser with it for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund. But we've talked about doing covers quite a lot.
We talk about covers a lot. I think the first one we talked about was doing a Biggie Smalls cover, and then I don't know. Everyone throws in like, oh, dude, we should cover this. We should cover that.
Yeah.
Cool.
I was actually just thinking about this the other day. I think it would be cool as fuck to cover a Fall Out Boy song off of From Under the Cork Tree.
Hell yeah, I'm super down with that.
Yeah.
I
love that album.
I mean, there's tons that we've talked about in theory, but I could definitely see us doing that. We also talked about doing a Hollywood Undead one, which I think that would work out really well. And Ryan and I started working on a cover of Rear View, I think it's called Rear View Mirror or something like that by Mac Miller.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Off of his Watching Movies with the Sound Off album. Ryan started working on that, so maybe that'll happen. You're really speaking to the, what does that say?
Oh, Objects in the Mirror?
Oh yeah, Objects in the Mirror, that's what it's called. What is it? I can't.
That thing's covering it.
Yeah. You're really speaking to the, how? Where the
You can try full screening, hit the green dot on the top left.
The green dot?
On the top left, yeah. Of the tab.
This?
On the very, very top left.
Oh, here.
Nope.
What does it say? To the blank fan with Hollywood Undead.
Check on it.
I'm sorry, I tried so hard. Callie. Oh shit, my bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's like a little emblem that's like covering the last word in all of the comments that you make. Yeah, Cal. Dude, Hollywood Undead is the reason that Brad and I are friends.
Yeah, dude, I remember you met the first message that this man has ever sent me is, hey, you an HU fan?
Dude, yeah, bro. Yeah, we fucking loved Hollywood Undead as kids. I still really, really like Hollywood Undead. I don't really listen to them that often, but I keep up with what they do.
Yeah, their Swan Songs album was the first like jewel case that I had personally, and I stole it from FYE in the mall.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Swan Songs was fucking good, dude. American Tragedy was really good too. I thought American Tragedy fucking ruled.
Yeah. At the time, it was like, it's not Swan Songs, but it's still cool. But like, looking back at it now, it's like, oh, it's pretty good.
It was like it was way more artsy than Swan Songs. Like Swan Songs was like, let's be hard and let's make more like edgy rock shit. Yeah. And then American Tragedy was more just like, I don't know. It was just thicker, better production. Like there was still a lot of like hip hop and whatever elements in it, but there was also a ton of full band width. It was great. I like that album a lot. Yeah, definitely speaking to the California kids. Yeah, here in Wisconsin, we just wanted to not be in Wisconsin. So Hollywood Undead was our route. But yeah, so we've had some good coffee. We got some really good coffee. I'm done with mine, finally, my espresso drink.
I just finished mine.
Some really, really good fucking beans. Big Island blend from Wilson's Coffee and Tea here in Racine. They might even have a website, Solo Triple. If you're a coffee connoisseur and you want a nice dark roast, or anybody else watching wants a nice dark roast, if you're not from around here, you might be able to go online to wilsonscoffee.com and scoop up some of their beans. They got some good beans. They're sourced from really, really great sources. They're second generation, so their parents did this, and they found really good sources from all around the world, and they do all of their roasting in-house. And man, they just kill it. They just absolutely fucking kill it. Great beans, great blends. And that's what we were drinking on today. Really good stuff.
Yeah. You can buy it. Dude, their website is like, I will say, a little bit primitive.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can still buy coffee from them.
Yeah, it's great. And if you're local to the area, if you're nearby, they have a really great punch card. Where every 10 pounds that you buy, you get a free pound. So definitely check that out if you're from around here and you like really good coffee. They make amazing coffee. So yeah, I think that's about where we wrap it up, fellas. What do you think?
Yeah, and I think next week maybe we'll try that one I got local to Montana.
Yes, absolutely.
Sasquatch Sunrise.
We should try, just for a one-off, there's like mushroom coffee.
Oh yeah. I love that stuff. I actually just finished up a bag of the Rise blend, which is really nice. It definitely made me feel a lot less stupid. So, yeah, for anybody watching, we're gonna be doing these. We're gonna be doing these weekly. Tune in on Sundays, maybe Sunday mornings. Maybe we'll do it a little earlier. We'll find out.
Yeah, thanks for everybody that came in and popped in and said what's up.
Yeah,
we appreciate you. Stay in touch. We can link our Discord too if you want some behind-the-scenes stuff. We always post in there of things we got coming.
Yeah, go check out our Discord on Instagram. Thanks for the stream, guys. Looking forward to the future stuff.
Definitely,
man. Yeah, thank you. We're also going to be streaming video games tomorrow here on YouTube. So tune in and hang out. Thank you guys for being here.
Yeah, hit the notification thing so you get a notification every time we go live.
Yeah. We'll be doing this more. Thank you.
All right, peace, y'all.